This is the pre-intro to the intro, and I'm letting you know that certain things happen for a reason. I was forced to abandon my initial plans of how to get to my first target. Well, it happened for a reason, and let's just say I was greatly rewarded. You're not going to want to miss what I find in this video. As you can probably tell, I am near a busy highway. I'm also standing on a trail here that's going to take me deep into the woods to find my next Google Maps target. This time I have not one, but two targets in a general area. One of which should be accessible from this trail about a mile into the woods. The other one is rather remote and isolated, and I don't even think there's a trail going to, which means I'm gonna have to park and lock up the e-bike and trek through the woods to find it. And like always, the questions I have is, what are they? Why are they there? Are they still there? We're gonna hopefully answer those questions. But what I can tell you is that based on the size of the objects, they don't look rather large or substantial or significant, but they are large enough to show up on Google Maps. Could be trash, could be treasure, who knows? If you want to find out, just come along with me. Oh, my good old ponding water obstacles. No surprise, we had a lot of rain yesterday. I'm gonna skate around the edge here. Glad I brought this bike with the big tires because this is a really rocky, not so pleasant trail. Whew. Now, just like all my other Google Maps adventures, this area is new to me. I have not scouted it out. I have not been here before. This is my first time on this trail, so I don't know what to expect, other than it's a really bumpy ride so far. All right, looks like we plateaued. On top here, we're much higher above the highway now, and it's smoother, and there's some power lines here too. Oh, so this appears to be a type of power line trail, which I wasn't anticipating. Not your traditional one with the big steel towers. This is more like what you'd see in the city. I'm just looking on my phone at maps at my current location because the trail does split up ahead, and I may have got in over my head in this one. This one is not going to be easy at all. Both of them look so remote. Even though it's going to be not terribly far from the road here, there's no direct path to it. And I'm just trying to see which trail, because there's two of them, that's going to take me to the closest one. I don't even know which one to do first. I'm gonna do the one I'm gonna show you on the map. I'm gonna circle it. I'm gonna go for that one first, which is hopefully my closest route. And then from there, we're gonna have to try to either make our way through the woods on the bike, which I don't know if it's gonna be possible. I think I'm gonna end up having to lock up the bike somewhere and just kind of bushwhack through the woods for the other location. And when I first found these, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take the bike, it'll be relatively easy. I didn't think it was this thick. I mean, we're here middle of August, it's still really lush and thick. Okay, so this is where the trail splits. It does go straight, following the power lines, and there's a detour to the right, which rides close to the highway. If I'm not mistaken, according to what I saw on maps, I need to go straight following the power lines for a while. This will take me, I think, closer to the other target, but we're not doing that one first. So we're gonna go straight and hope for the best. This place is definitely visited by off-road vehicles, but I'm not expecting to find anyone out here today. Now if it stays like this won't be too bad. This is manageable. Just a bit rocky. Still goes to show that no matter how remote you are, people find a way to dump trash. In this case, some furniture. These have been here for a while. Got some nature's carpet growing on them. Looks like an old tarp or liner. And then over here, yeah, it looks like a pool cover or liner and some tarping. Now there is a road over there which you can hear the cars, and the highway is over and down. So we're in between two roadways, but there's no vehicle access here. But I just wanted to point it out. It is something to see along the way. Nothing good, nothing positive, but it is part of what I'm experiencing on my journey so far. Oh, this isn't good. I came upon a makeshift shooting range. And the problem I'm facing now is that this is all glass. I don't think I could go through here. It's too risky. I don't want to get a flat tire. Now I did see this clearing on maps, but obviously I didn't see what it's being used for. There's just shininess everywhere I could see, which is all broken glass. Probably some nails and screws, I wouldn't doubt. Shotgun shell casings. Yeah, this is a mess. I need to... That was a frog. I need to rethink my course now because I can't go through here. I need to keep going in that direction, but there's no trail going that way. And from what I saw, I thought I could go through here and then venture over. That's not the case. Ah. There's little froggies here. Alright, this is not looking so good. I'm gonna walk around here, see if I can find any offshoot up in that direction. If so, I'll just walk the bike over and pick up from there. If not, I might be walking from here, which I don't want to do because I'm not that close yet. Alright, let's take a walk, see what we can find here. Look at the ground. There's more glass than actual dirt and stone that I could see. Some burned tires. It's not even safe walking here, honestly. But it's remote, so it is definitely a good place for doing some target shooting, but it is probably the worst I've ever seen with broken glass. Yeah, that's really thick. There's no trails over there at all. Holy crap. Look at how much this has been shot up. Probably with bird shot from shotguns. That's... I'm surprised it's still holding together. And got a old TV unit. Starting fluid. I guess they were shooting cans, watching them fly up or explode. So far, it's not looking good at all. Surprisingly enough, there is a trail coming through here. There's a somewhat worn down trail of ATV tires or off-road vehicles, but they're nuts for riding over it. But I want to see if indeed the trail does continue. If it does, I'm gonna have to push the bike on the outskirts. I'm going to show you on Google Maps where I am right now. I walked all the way up to the top of the hill. Down there's all the broken glass where my bike is. There's a trail going off this way, which I don't want to go in that direction. And a very faint trail over here, which basically disappears, I think. Well, let's find out. I do see a clearing. That's all it is just a little clearing here. No trail. Dead end. I think I'm forced to lock up the bike and just bushwhack through the woods. This is not how I wanted things to go. I was hoping to at least ride 3/4 of the way, and I could have sworn there was a trail leading pretty close to the first target. Top of that, it's hot, it's humid out. But as we've seen in the past, I have come across obstacles and scenarios that weren't necessarily in my favor. Unless I'm forced to, I don't quit, I don't give up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock up the bike. We're going to go on foot. So the bike is locked up here. I don't feel 100% confident leaving it here. I don't have much of a choice. It's not seen from the main trail, and I'm going to hopefully not be gone that long. But I basically need to go straight through here. And I am going to apologize in advance. I am a sweaty mess. It's only going to get worse since I'm walking on foot. So I'm not going to look the most presentable, but not much I could do about it. So I'm just going to keep checking periodically, make sure I'm heading in the right direction and closing in on the target. At this point, my hopes are pretty low that the target's still going to be here and that it's going to be something worthwhile seeing. That has happened before, where I made a really long journey, which was my 2021 Google Maps find of that remote area. What we thought was like a cabin in the woods turned out to be like tarping or tenting and some timbers. But the journey made up for it as we found some incredible things along the way. I don't know if it's just me. I want your guys' opinion. I just came upon this pile, which looks like it's man-made. But this stone here, does that look like it's man-made as well? That looks like it's stacked by a person. It's almost too even, too perfect to be natural. And I don't know why they would have constructed this little tiny wall. It's not like it's holding back anything, just a mound of material. But there is some discarded trash here. There's some old buckets. There's also a chair over there and a metal trash can. But yeah, tell me down below, what do you think? There's actually a fender too. Look at that. Like a bicycle fender? Maybe motorcycle? That has me kind of curious why that would be there like that. Boy, sometimes it makes you wonder if things happen for a reason. I was just over there on the other side of this pile, showing you that man-made wall fender. And as I looked over, which I'm going to give you the same perspective, I saw this indentation where it's cleared out and it's kind of squared off. At first I thought, maybe there's a culvert, maybe a cave. Got closer and I felt distinct nature's air conditioning, which means there is some underground passages here. Right there. There is such cold air coming out of there. I have my flashlight. I'm not going to crawl in there because I'm not geared for that today. but we'll at least take a look in there and see if it actually does go anywhere. But there's some really cold air coming out. You could tell it's like 50-degree temperatures, which is underground temps. Oh yeah, it goes somewhere. Boy, the air feels so good. I know you want to see too, so come on over and take a look. All right, so I'm gonna stick you under. You're not gonna be able to see anything, but as I shine the flashlight, you can see it goes back. If you see that dark hole right in the center, it keeps going beyond there. It's not showing up on camera, but I could see past there. And this is some type of old tunnel. Probably connects to other chambers underground and other workings, but 100% this is serving like ventilation right now. There's about probably a 5 to 8 mile per hour, 53-degree breeze coming out. It feels wonderful. Just goes to show that if I didn't have to come on foot, I never would have found this. And we're only maybe 100 yards in from where we parked the bike, so obviously someone's been here. It's been tagged with a ribbon, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone already did crawl in there. But hey, cool find. Before we continue, I want to note something that I'm observing. I'm pretty certain at one time this may have been a haulage tunnel or an adit. And the reason I'm thinking that is because that mound of material that we saw with the stacked stone, there's a good chance all that material came from inside of here. They may have plugged this up, or it could have collapsed at some point. Nothing saying this is 100% natural how the land was laying. But being that it's open right here, and it's flat going right into there, there's a good chance that was a haulage tunnel, and that material most likely came out from beneath our feet here. Even right here, I'm walking on top of man-made piles, and there's chunks of coal, shale, some coal material. This was added by man. This is not a natural hill here. Now I do know, actually looking down the backside of that hill, there's some more hand-stacked walls. Now I do know that there is a mine in the area, and the access to it, which I've seen with my own eyes, I think I've taken pictures of it a few years ago, is on the other side of that road, much further down. And I know people have been inside of it. I haven't gone in because I was told that it is really a bad top. And when I say bad top, it means the roof, the ceiling, is really loose and prone to collapse. And the air is questionable too. So although I know there's mines that are here, some of them are just not worth going in, as much as I do love them. But I'm not surprised to find those piles and that little vent, that vent chamber right there. The landscape is something else here. I'm on top of this hill here, and we need to keep going. I am showing that I'm closing in on the target. We're heading in the right direction, which is good. So I'm gonna make my way through all this and see if we find anything else along the way. Looks like a wash area here where water does flow. And you know what? This is maybe what I saw on Google Maps. What I thought was a trail. It's just a dried up little creek bed that only sees water when it rains. That might be our easiest access though. I'm going to try to follow this, and hopefully it'll lead us directly to where we're going. I'm also walking through numerous spider webs like I did just now. You can't see them until you actually feel them on your face. So if you don't like spiders or spider webs, this would not be for you. But besides that, it's a really nice area. Oh, this looks fun. Landscape has changed a bit up here. Looks like it might be another access point for maybe some underground workings. Holy shit, there's a car back here. Alright, we'll get to that in a second. What I was noticing though, wow, I can't believe that. Yeah, this looks like another maybe old access that's collapsed or plugged up. It's cut away here, flat level, goes right into the earth. I wouldn't be surprised if you dug and got into some workings there. But it looks like that's what it would be. I can't believe we stumbled upon an abandoned car back here. How the hell did it get back here? It's basically right in the middle of this wash area here. Holy crap. Yeah, I was meant to go on foot for a reason. I never would have found this stuff otherwise. I need to see where I am in relation to my first target because I know I'm closing in. Holy shit. Look at this thing. This is an old vintage car. I can't even tell you what it is. I'm sure somebody could identify it based on the curves in the body. Heavily shot up. Wow. What a random find. Oh, the mosquitoes are starting up too. There's the headlights. Bumper still got some chrome on it. Steering column's still there, but the engine obviously is gone. 4-door. It's not the suicide door, so it is traditional 4-door. And looks like it's been burned as well. May have had the shifter on the column there. I only see one pedal down there, but the floor is pretty much gone. This is something else. Would love to find out what this is, so anyone with any knowledge based on what you see here, definitely share it with the rest of us. Not only am I curious as to what it is, but how the hell did it get here? I mean, this had to have been here for a long, long time, probably 30, 40 years, if not longer. But look at how thick it is. I mean, they had to have driven it up here, but unless it was brought here by machinery, that's the only other thing I could think of. Completely bizarre finding right here in the middle of the woods. It's about as close as I could get to fitting in here. This is too cool. I even see the switch here for the wipers, which are now non-existent. I'll tell you what, even if we don't find this first target, this made it worth it. This alone is a target in itself. And this is not visible on Google Maps. This is really hidden by the forest here. How friggin' cool is that? I feel a lot better now that I had to come on foot. Now, I did check Google Maps. I am still heading the right direction. This watery trail, or lack thereof, is basically taking us right there. Which, this is why I was confused at first, because I thought this was a trail that would have been accessible by the e-bike. And no, it's definitely water. But we should be about 100 yards away, give or take 50 yards. And then we're going to turn around, head back to the bike, backtrack on the trail a little bit, and pick up the other trail going closer to the highway that should bring us at least closer to our second target. That one, I think there are different trails leading much closer to it than this one. What do you guys think so far? Even though we haven't even gotten to our first of 2 targets, I'm having a blast. I feel much better about how things have kind of panned out. And even like I said, if this first one isn't here or turns out to be kind of a waste, like just garbage, that car certainly made up for it. Yeah, I'm curious how that car got back here. It definitely didn't come from this direction, I'll tell you that. There's a tire back here though. Okay, we're climbing up an elevation. And there's a clearing up here. This is a good sign. I think we're really, really close to our first target. I'm going to keep you rolling because I think I see it up ahead. So we just came up and around where I said there was a clearing. There's another wash area, which I may go back in that direction. There may or may not be something down there. I'm not sure. It might just be nature playing tricks on my eyes. But directly up ahead, there is a clearing. I see a lot of daylight. And that should be where our first target is. And I'm going to, as I said, keep you rolling. We're going to see if we could check this out together. Keep it real and genuine and authentic here. Walking on bedrock, actually. Oh. The mud tried to take my my shoe. There's like a trunk. I wonder if that's the trunk of the car. And nature tried taking my sunglasses. Wow. It's like my first time using my legs. Okay, so we have a target shooting table, makeshift target shooting area, huge bedrock clearing, maybe some stuff back there. I see some leaves moving, which means there might be some airflow. I wonder, well, we're going to find out right now if this is indeed what I saw on Google Maps. If this is it, at least there's still something here. But I want to know how people are getting back here in a relatively easy way, because to walk all the way here is rather not easy just to come do some target shooting. All right, I'm going to screenshot it. We are on the target. This is what I saw on Google Maps. And my suspicions were correct. It's nothing big, nothing significant, nothing important, but big enough to show up on Google Maps. And it's exactly what I saw, this white surface squared off. And all it is just a target shooting table. Probably for like sighting in your scope. Got the little cutout there for leaning against it. And I guess they have a target area up here, so I guess I'm more curious as to how, not necessarily how they got it here, but how people are getting here, because like I said, it's not an easy trek here. Let's take a walk up here really quick. It is a unique landscape as it's all cleared out. Nothing's growing here because it's solid bedrock. And it's surrounded by rocky hills and piles. And this is their target area. Not the wisest thing to shoot at rocks, but these are, I'm pretty sure these were placed here. These aren't naturally laying here. I'm pretty sure from activity long ago that these mountains of rock were kind of dumped here. And then it comes to like a dead end, and then it's just really thick after that. And it's just a rocky face and just hills over here. A little bit disappointing, but it could be worse. It could be nothing here at all. The car made up for it tenfold. I'm gonna snoop around here because, like I said, I did see some leaves moving, and then we're gonna take that washout area on the way back and see if there's anything down there. If anyone watching, I'm not gonna obviously give away the exact location, but if you recognize this area, which some of my local viewers do know the areas I go to, where they've been there before, feel free to tell me how people get here, because it's at least a 15-20 minute walk from where I locked my bike up. And I can't imagine people walk all the way back here just to come shooting. Not to say they can't or won't, but I would think there's easier access than this. I wanted to poke around over here real quick. There's some rocky outcrops. I thought maybe there was some caves or tunnels. All you see is just overhangs and cavities. All right, so target 1 solved. We know what it is, and we know that we don't have to stay here any longer because that is all it is. I'm gonna walk that wash back. If there is something back there, that's what we'll pick up. If not, I'm just gonna go straight back to my bike because I don't feel super comfortable leaving it there, and we'll continue and pick up where the trail splits, and that'll be target number 2. I already know this is gonna be a long video, and hopefully you guys are gonna watch to the end, because as we've seen already, life and nature throw some obstacles at you and kind of forces you to adapt and overcome, and then rewards you by giving you some really neat findings like that nature's air conditioning tunnel and the car. So who's to say what else we may or may not find heading to or from our second location. I'm gonna say farewell to the car. But before we continue on, there is something I forgot to tell you. I recently took on a new venture in the video service world. I'm gonna roll a short video for you right now, which will explain it all. Hey everyone, it's JP, better known as JPVideos on YouTube, and I officially made it here to Cameo. You're invited to come along with me as I make a personalized video just for you. It could be anything from wishing you a happy birthday, to saying good luck on a new adventure, or something more simple like saying hello to someone, or answering a general question. The video could be for you, a family member, a friend, for anyone, and the best part about it is you get to keep the video forever. I'm really excited to make some personalized videos, so go ahead and send your request, and remember, I'll see you in the next video. So yes, I am on Cameo, and I am ready to make a personalized video for you, a friend, or a family member. If you wish to get a video from me, just check the link down below in the description. Oh, it's still here. All right, back on the bike, backtrack down the trail, take a left, and head on to target number 2. So here we are, we're gonna make our left-hand turn here and follow the trail for hopefully a good distance. And at some point, either the trail itself will go more left, or we'll have to deviate off the trail and find another trail. But either way, this should take us relatively close to our location. That was not fun. After going on a nice level patch, started climbing an elevation, but then hit pretty much a boulder field. I made it to around there, the bike gave out. I had to push it the rest of the way. This is really tough terrain here. Even on a dirt bike or quad, you definitely have to have some experience climbing this. So I did come to a literal fork in the road. It does split off. So I need to check not only where I'm at, but which way I need to go. Now, this is probably not the most pleasant view either, but it's what we're working with at the moment. Okay, we're not all that far away. So looks like I need to take the trail to the left. And it should take me relatively close, if not exactly to our second target. Trail to the right will go back out, I think, along the highway, which I don't want. So left trail, we'll go as far as we can. And from there, if we can't ride right to the... I thought somebody yelled as a crow or something. If we can't get right to the target, we'll do what we did last time. We'll park the bike, walk over to it. This one here to the right looks actually pretty deep. Just for curiosity's sake, I want to throw a rock in there and see if it seems deep or not. Yeah, it's probably at least a foot or two deep. No visibility in that one. But I think once we get past here, it's going to be more manageable. And we're definitely making some good progress. So I feel confident that we're going to be able to get the bike pretty close to this one. And that's going to be a much shorter journey than the previous one. I spoke too soon. This one is a bit bigger. Not an easy way around it. But once I cross that, I think I need to go left. Hopefully. Let's get across that first. Hopefully it's not deep. I'm going to just basically tap the throttle and walk the edge of it with my right foot. I don't want to get stuck in this. Those chirping frogs. Bike's locked up again, and we're once again on foot. As you can see on the GPS shot, I am pretty close, and this should be near a body of water. So I think if I go through and around, it should bring us to it, because it's kind of somewhere over there. So it should be maybe a 10-minute walk, hopefully at most. Okay, so we reached the body of water. I think this is the one I need. Oh, there's those chirping frogs in the... That used to scare me. I've now gotten used to them. I believe we have to go on the other side over there, which doesn't look like it's going to be very easy. It's a really steep bank right here, curving around. I may have to go that way. Maybe I could hug the shore on this side. Regardless, I'm going to double check the location, but I'm pretty certain we have to go somewhere over there. Oh, this is what I'm dealing with now. A really steep embankment here. Water's right down there. And this is probably my easiest route without having to climb up a gigantic hill. I'm definitely getting my steps in and burning calories today. It's almost like a little tiny game trail I'm following here. And remember, kids, if you find these in the woods, don't eat them. They may look like chocolate. I can tell you they're not. But this section of woods is rather eerie. I hear distant vehicles, but every so often I hear just random animals and the cracking of tree branches. I know I'm not terribly far from civilization or the trails, because we did obviously get here using them, but the farther back I'm walking, though, the more vulnerable I do feel. But I think... See, I keep hearing that. What is that? Every so often I hear breaking of trees or cracking branches. I think I need to go around here. I don't see any clearing, so I'm not even certain what I'm looking for. Now see, I don't know a whole lot about this stuff. I just want to show you that, something has been here knocking the bark off. Especially up here, it's kind of high. I'm guessing it's maybe cut with an axe or a machete, but there's various ones with like bare spots. I don't know what I'm looking for. There's nothing out here. Let me pull up the maps and see where I'm at, what I'm looking for. Now there's something white there on the embankment. Please don't tell me that's it. It might be. Let me get confirmation and pull up GPS. Well, according to GPS, I'm really close. What we have here is a tent. A really cheap one. Looks like, though, whatever I saw is on top of this little mound here. Hey, it's another friggin' tent. Seriously, this is what I saw? There's propane canisters, a chair, bucket. Let me double check. Now something has made a loud noise and splashed into the water. There's even ripples down there in the water. What the hell was that? Something big went down the embankment and into the water. So I'm going to do another screenshot. I am on the target. I'm surprised this is seen by Google Maps. There's not a whole lot of clearance here. And it's not even white. But I guess when the sun's shining on it, it looks brighter and whiter than it is, but it's like it hasn't been used for a while. It's basically broken and dry rotted. There's a fallen tree on it here. Let's get the tree off of it. I know this is a hunting blind, maybe. or if this is a camping tent. Yeah, it's all it really is. Nothing at all. And just a discarded one right there. Well, that proves right there in today's video is that you win some, you lose some. What started out to be a promising adventure, well, as you saw, I was throwing a curveball. And instead of giving up, I persevered on, went on foot for our first target, and that really paid off significantly. We found nature's air conditioning air shaft, not shaft, shaft is straight up and down, air vent or tunnel or portal, and then we found the car, which was probably my favorite find of the day. And then we went to actually get to the first target, which was just a target shooting table or sighting table. So that was definitely more impressive than this, I will say that. But this just goes to show nearly anything can be found on Google Maps. And this has been here for years at least, and it's big enough to show up, but you don't know what it is until you truly get out there and do it and find it. So although it's by no means a huge home run success, you know, amazing, incredible thing, it was something that was worth going on the adventure for, I feel, because I always like to do these things all the way through, make sure I am getting on the target with the confirmation of GPS, and then showing what my findings are. So overall, I think it's more good than bad today, without a doubt. But I have a long way to get back to my vehicle with the bike, and thankfully the bike will take me most of the way, but it was some really difficult terrain. This is a really remote area. I feel, like I said, vulnerable. Lots of tree cracking. Something definitely splashed down into the water. Don't know what the heck it was. I want to thank you for watching and coming along for today's adventure. Don't forget, if you do want to get a personalized video from me on Cameo, just check that link down below. And to see more Google Maps finds, you'll also see a playlist down in the description. But with that being said, take care, stay safe wherever you are, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.